Hey, what's going on, Summoners? My name is Nathan Ng, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the best solo carry champions for patch 11.23. There's quite a few picks that are making a comeback, and we also have a few underdogs that are finally getting their time in the spotlight. This is the patch that will start off the preseason, so be sure you pay close attention. Nonetheless, let's hop right into the video. Starting us off strong, we've got a familiar face in the top lane. Camille held her spot as one of the best top laners in the game, and thanks to her innate damage and overall powerful scaling, Camille is able to single-handedly carry games. Once you get the hang of her damage and mechanics, you can easily add in some solid macro and build yourself a powerful top laner. It'll take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, Camille can be blind picked into nearly any of the meta top laners. Overall, if 1v9ing the games through sheer power is your playstyle, then be sure to check out Camille before Riot decides to tune her down a little. But honestly, will they nerf her? I doubt it at this point. They might just nerf Aurelion Sol again for some reason. Anyway, before we dive into what Camille's build is, don't forget to check us out at ProGuides.com, where you can view our great catalog of challenger coaches that can personally create a walkthrough to your dream rank. You got a busy schedule? Well, we got you covered. Our trained roster of coaches are here 24/7 to help you reach your goal, whatever that may be. So what are you waiting for? Go check us out. Regardless, let's get back into the video and dive right into the best way to itemize Camille. For your runes, you'll be taking Grasp, Shield Bash, Bone Plating, Unflinching, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. As for your items, you'll be starting the game with a Potion and Endurance Blade. The rest of your build will consist of Divine Sunderer, Plated Steel Caps, Ravenous Hydra, Styrax, Death's Dance, and then your choice of a Guardian Angel or Kempuk Chainsword, depending on if your team needs anti-heal or if you need more survivability. Next, for our top laners, we've got Jax. With the new Lethal Temple granting massive amounts of early power to both melee and ranged champions alike, Jax is one of the few that can take advantage of it. Thanks to his heavily auto-based kit, Jax will be able to duel enemies and win harder than before. On top of this, Jax is already in a decent spot when it comes to the top lane meta, so we're certain that this may be the push that he needs to put him closer to the top. Overall, if you love the concept of split pushing and being the ultimate duelist, then be sure to give Jax a chance when this new patch drops. Also, real quick, why do all of League's old champions have a lot of eyeballs? Like Master Yi and Jax, it freaks me out. Anyway, for your runes, you'll be taking Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, Magical Footwear, and Time Warp Tonic. You'll be starting off the game with a Corrupting Potion to best synergize with your Time Warp rune. The rest of your build will consist of Divine Sunderer, Plated Steel Caps, Blade of the Rune King, Styrax, Death's Dance, and then your choice of a Guardian Angel for more survivability, or Wit's End if you're facing an AP heavy team. Pulling us into the jungle, we've got none other than the Sand Dune Queen herself, Rek'Sai. At the moment, Rek has a pretty decent win rate in Platinum Plus. She sits comfortably above 50% in the jungle role thanks to her early presence and strong carry potential. That being said, she's only going to continue to get stronger as the season goes on thanks to a few key changes to the items and the jungle meta. Her mythic Prowler's Claw is getting a slight buff, and Scuttle Crab is having its experience significantly reduced. This means that during that time, Rek'Sai would have spent clearing the Scuttle, she can now use it to set up a sneaky gank to get her laners ahead. Overall, if you love gank heavy junglers that can carry through raw DPS, be sure to check out Rek'Sai in patch 11.23. For your runes, you'll be taking Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. As for your items, you'll be starting off the game with a refillable potion and a Hail Blade. The rest of your build will consist of Prowler's Claw, Merc Treads, Edge of Night, Styrax, Guardian Angel, and then your choice of Death's Dance or Black Cleaver depending on if you need survivability or tank shred. For our next jungle pick, we've got a reliable and classic jungler, Nunu. This amazing duo offers healthy clears, fast path timings, easy gank potential, and overall is a really easy jungle to pick up. On top of that, Nunu can easily secure objectives thanks to their Q Smite combo. Sure, Nunu doesn't offer the same 1v9 potential that somebody like Rek'Sai has, but through their immense gank pressure and objective control, they can carry their team like no other. These strengths are only getting better as the jungle meta shifts away from playing around the first scuttle and instead getting off an early gank. Overall, if you prefer to win games through the side lanes and simply get your team ahead, be sure to get some practice with Nunu and Willump. To start off your build, you'll be taking Phase Rush, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, Water Walking, Triumph, and Legend Tenacity. There's a possibility that Nunu will be amazing with the new Glacial Augment rune, but we can't say this for certain as we haven't really been able to test it. For your starting items, be sure to pick up a refillable potion and an Ember Knife. The rest of your build will consist of Sunfire Cape, Plated Steel Caps, Dead Man's Plate, Thornmail, Spirit Visage, and a Gargoyle Stone Plate. Now, before we continue on with the video, don't think for a second that we've forgotten about everybody's favorite ProGuides tradition. For our question of the day today, we want to ask you guys, if there was one champion that you wish had a higher play rate, who would it be and why? Personally, I would love to see more Yorick players since his playstyle is a living embodiment of a split pusher. And I kind of dig this champion. Sorry. Regardless, let us know your answers in the comments down below. Nonetheless, let's get back into the video and dive right into our mid laners. Starting us off in the mid lane, we've got LeBlanc. Thanks to Cosmic Drive and a few small buffs here and there, LeBlanc became one of the best mid laners in the game these past few patches, which honestly I'm not a big fan of because, as you guys may know, I do not like going against this champion. Her ability to weave in and out of fights with high burst damage and mobility made it feel like she could just be blinded into any team comp. While Cosmic Drive is getting a bit of a nerf, at least for what LeBlanc was using it for, there is a way better item coming her way. Thanks to this new Shadow Flame item, LeBlanc may climb to S tier in the mid meta, as she'll now be able to deal with extremely high amounts of shields in the game. On top of this, she'll synergize really well with magic penetration, so if she ever gets to full build, we don't think that there's anybody that can survive her burst. Overall, if you like to be an extremely mobile assassin, be sure to check out LeBlanc. For your runes, you'll be taking Electrocute, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, Biscuit Delivery, and Time Warp Tonic. You'll be starting off the game with the Corrupting Potion to best synergize with the Time Warp rune. The rest of your build will consist of Luden's Tempest, Sorcerer's Shoes, Cosmic Drive, Shadow Flame, Zanya's, and then your choice of a Rabadon's or a Void Staff. Void may be a little bit of an overkill, but who knows, maybe the enemy decided to stack MR against you. Next up in the mid lane, we've got a pick that became famous in Korea thanks to Nemesis. That's right, Summoners, we're talking about mid lane Kayle. While Kayle is already sitting comfortably at a 53% win rate in the mid lane, we feel that she's only going to be stronger as one of her primary runes gets a pretty massive buff. Thanks to the new Lethal Tempo, Kayle will have far more strength at level 11, but her true strength will shine at level 16 since she'll get both the auto range increase from her passive and from Lethal Tempo. Overall, if you enjoyed playing for the long con and love to 1v9 through kiting and visual evolution, then be sure to pick up Kayle. Talk about a glow up. For your runes, you'll be taking Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Last Stand, Conditioning, and Overgrowth so you can scale harder. You'll be starting the game off with 2 potions and a Doran's Ring. The rest of your build will consist of Nashor's Tooth, Berserker's Greave, Riftmaker, Rabadon's, Zanya's, and a Void Staff. There's a possibility of Crown of Shadow Queen being a really good item on Kayle, but we're giving it a little bit more time before we say anything final, so just be sure to keep your eyes peeled. Starting us off strong in the bot lane, we've got the star of Arcane herself, Jinx, and my #1 crush. If you guys know anybody that, looks like Jinx, maybe not acts like her, please send her my way, please. Anyway, this powerful hyper carry has held a steady place in the bot lane meta thanks to her great scaling and range. Due to a few buffs, Jinx has slowly crept her way into the higher tiers of many lists around, and we think that with the new Lethal Tempo change, she can easily become one of the best ADCs in the game. Think about it, she already used Lethal Tempo to a great degree, and now with its additional attack speed and auto range increases, she can only continue to benefit from it. Overall, if you love to hyper carry and deal damage from afar, be sure to check out Jinx. For your runes, you'll be taking Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. Be sure to start the game with the potion and a Doran's Blade. As for the rest of your build, you'll be picking up Kraken Slayer, Berserker's Grief, Runin's Hurricane, Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's Regards, and your choice of Immortal Reminder if you need the anti-heal, or Guardian Angel for some extra survivability. Next up on our bot lane list, we've got Xayah. Xayah gained a lot of popularity thanks to her extremely powerful lethality build. While it did get hotfixed, it still continues to provide Xayah with some of the highest poke damage in the game. That being said, it's also a different playstyle than most Xayah players are used to. With Lethal Tempo changes getting stronger on patch 11.23, Xayah's strong lane presence is the perfect answer to them. With it, she can pressure them off of CS and look to outdamage them in the early to mid game, which can effectively louder shut them down before they get too strong. Overall, Xayah may not be the OP nightmare that she was before, but she's still pretty powerful. For your runes, you'll be taking Summon Airy, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Scorch, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. You'll be starting off the game with 3 potions and a longsword. The rest of your build will consist of Eclipse, Lucidity Boots, Mirror Mana, Sorella's Grudge, Ghost Blade, and then your choice of Edge of Night or Guardian Angel. Be sure you pick up your tier early so you can go ahead and stack it as soon as possible. Also with this build, you'll be maxing out Q, and then E, and then W. Before we continue on, if you want to join an amazing community of people like you that loves lists, talk pieces, and are just generally cool, check out our Discord using the link found in the description. So what are you waiting for? Join up! Nonetheless, let's get back into the video and take a look at our final few topics. Drawing us closer to the end of the video, we've got Leona starting off our supports. While Leona has been in an okay spot this season, she hasn't really had the spotlight for herself for too long, especially when you consider how powerful enchanters have become. That being said, with the introduction of the new Even Shroud item and the increased popularity of Lethal Tempo ADCs, we feel Leona will once again hold her ground in the top tiers of supports. Overall, if you're looking for an engaged support that can CC enemies for an eternity while also not being able to take any damage, check out Leona. Taking a look at Leona's runes, you'll be taking Aftershock, Font of Life, Bone Plating, Overgrowth, Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight. Be sure to start off the game with 2 potions and a relic shield. The rest of your build will consist of the new mythic called Even Shroud, which will debuff enemies if you CC them or if they CC you. Then you'll look to grab mobility boots, Zeke's Convergence, Thornmail, and then your choice of Knight's Vow or Watchful Wardstone. Last but certainly not least, we've got Nautilus. Nautilus has been an anchor in the meta. Not really, I just really wanted to say that. But he's a fairly neutral spot in the meta thanks to his great CC and pick potential. Similar to Leona, the introduction of Even Shroud is going to give him some extra power that he may need when dealing with hyper carries. Combine the Even Shroud passive with his ultimate and Q's pick potential, and you've got a support that can help you burst down carries with ease. Overall, if you like playing for picks and disrupting the enemy team through crowd control, then be sure to give Nautilus a chance in the upcoming patch. For your runes, you'll be taking Aftershock, Shield Bash, Bone Plating, Unflinching, Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight. You'll be starting off the game with 2 health potions and a relic shield. The rest of your build will consist of an Even Shroud, Plated Steel Caps, Thornmail, Abyssal Mask, and then your choice of a Knight's Vow or Watchful Wardstone. And that sums up our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to join our ProGuides family at ProGuides.com. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't be able to catch anywhere else, so stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video, and you all know the drill. Everybody, please stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.